as you can see in the title, this video is going to focus on finishing up with the Liliths, right? Lilith in each sign. Y'all, guess what? I need to put some lip gloss on. Hold on a second. Is the gift of a lifetime. You're gonna have to forgive me for using the phone instead of an actual mirror. So, anyways, sidebar, I was gonna say I broke my mirror. I broke the mirror on purpose. Motherfuckers was fucking with it anyway, trying to do some mirror magic and shit. You know, so even though I did it for a whole different reason, I knew that, you know, ultimately it served a purpose for that too. Right? Okay. So let me pull up the rest of these Liliths real quick and then we'll get started. Hi, I don't see your name. Hello. That's Andrea. I understand. You don't have to apologize or anything. We all got a lot going on behind the scenes, okay? But it's good things. Good things, too. A lot of good things going on behind the scenes, which we've learned that discretion is our friend sometimes. A lot of times. Okay. So, you guys, I think we left off on... I'm not sure we left off on Leo or Virgo. I think we left off on Leo, so we're going to do Virgo. Lilith in Virgo. Okay, Lilith in Virgo has felt ashamed of or wrong about paying special attention to the practical side of life. Attention to details, organization, routines. I can see why people can kind of gaslight you for being that way, right? Being the person that everybody ultimately is grateful that we have, that more tactful person, that person who pays attention to like the smaller details so that they don't have to, you know, do that extra work. Like, you have some people who like, you know, who are into those intricate things. Like, their mind is just wired that way. Like, you know how it matters, like, if you're, like, more, you know, how some people can be more left-brained and stuff like that, you know, why there's this such thing as being, like, I don't want to mess the word up. I think it's called ambidextrous. I don't know what it's called, y'all. I know what it's called, but the word is, like, leaving me right now. But basically, you could write really well with your left hand, or you could be left-handed, or, like, use both hands. Like, you can write with both hands, basically. Like, you could be that kind of person. Like, if your Lilith is in Virgo. Yeah. But basically, you're that person, like, you could be into, like, if you're a woman, you could be into, like wedding events, or like hosting wedding events, or doing those type of events, decorating. You're just very like detailed, and I can see where that could cause like some inferiority with certain people. Alright, they may go to the pains to prove they're not ordinary, worried, eager to please, or concerned about details enough to perfect a craft or project. So that's crazy how that's literally the opposite of what I got. But maybe, why would you message me right now? Okay. They may go to the pains to prove they're not ordinary, worried, eager to please, or concerned about details. So maybe this is what it is. Maybe you was that person, and maybe people was using you a lot, or it's like they were benefiting off you, but gaslighting you about it at the same time. Like they didn't want you to feel confident, and like you really was like that because it's like you. It's I heard like kind of like genius attributes, like just the inner workings of your mind, like when you're like that, and just very attentive like that. Um, but this is telling you, um, I think this. I know my phone. Anyway, I apologize, you guys. Um, that's one of my. I guess would you call it a crystal jeweler? I don't know. I gotta get me some garnet, y'all. I'm trying to find my garnet. Okay. They may go to the pains to prove they're not ordinary, worried, eager to please, or concerned about details enough to perfect a craft or project. Leaving many projects unfinished could be a sign of perfectionist expectations. This way, they don't have to deal with the prospect of not producing something perfect. Extremes of behavior and binging, purging in these areas can be a sign of imbalance. Working on self acceptance is the key to empowerment. Okay. So, this is talking about moving away from being so concerned with how other people are going to receive the end result or whatever it is that you create, or what you present. Even if it's like just your own personal style, like you changing, you just wanting to do things to change your style and how you carry yourself. Or, projects, crafts, things that you're into. So this is talking about psyching yourself out, like stop psyching yourself, or moving out of that old energy of where your emotions, right? Because this is Lilith, this is the black moon. So moving away from those emotions where you will fixate there too much and psych yourself out of like not even seeing the potential anymore, like losing your vision, your original vision for certain things that you're creating. And this is like why it goes unfinished. Like you lose motivation based off like the energy around you, or like how people receive you in general around you. You have a Lilith in Virgo. Let's pull some cards for you. Working on self-acceptance. So we got 9 of Sticks. I don't know. I know one thing. I know Virgo is like usually like the person that's into service, like service jobs or just service careers or paths and stuff like that, where they serve other people with whatever crafts or talents or whatever that they have, right? Whatever that they do. Even if it's like just mental, like being a coach or yeah. For some of y'all, there could be some type of connection with a father or a grandfather that impacted your emotions, or something to do with your emotions, or this was like somebody who um instead of like your mom, your dad, your grandma, or them, they being like your source of emotional support. For some of you, your grandfather was. You had this deep emotional connection with your grandfather. Um and your like this person is very spiritual, but they don't play, like they don't take no bullshit. They don't take no bullshit. And this energy, what I'm hearing is like they want you to like take on more of this energy. They want you to take on more of this energy, like with standing up for yourself, and like just because you spiritual and and you're this, that, and the third, like that doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with you having it's like finding a balance between like a standoff energy and, you know, an approachable energy. It's like I'm approachable, but I'm not just somebody you could just come over here and, you know. So be mindful of how you approaching me, you know. So they're telling you, they're helping you embody this power, this essence, this energy. So we already got 2 cards. I'm just gonna do these 2 cards. Then we got Ace of Coins. Yeah, yeah, because you was dealing with some jealous motherfuckers, Lilith and Virgo, in this industry or in this line of work that you do, um, having to deal with people who trying to feed you bullshit and stuff like that. People that you, so having to deal with people like in your service or like the kind of service industry that you do, encountering people with bad intentions, trying to poison like your image or like your mindset, how you see yourself. We got the 3 of Knives right here too, as well as the 10 of Sticks. So you to feel burdened by not upholding their expectations of whatever it is that you're presenting or that you're serving, that you're giving of yourself to others, like this service that you give. So having people wanting you to feel like it's barren, it's nothing, you know, really growing from it, or nothing solid, you know, is going to grow from it, or it's never enough, or it's not enough. So this is you could be mourning this person as well. Like if this is you, like with this grandfather, you could be mourning this person, or you, whenever you experience this backbiting shit with people like that, you'll start to like get in your feels, and you'll be thinking about this person, like mourning this person or whatever. But they're with you. They're with you whenever you get that little that like when you just be like nah, like, and you like kind of just pull yourself out of that shit. They're helping you with this energy here, but it's definitely there. It's like it's confirmation, like yeah, like when it comes to what people are willing to do for money, right? And then another thing too, like spell work, you know, people really playing like with your life, like putting money to it, really playing with your life, and all you trying to do is just serve, you know, humanity or the collective, the divine collective or collective consciousness, right? So let's see what because there could even be a grandmother or a woman or a mother to ancestor coming out for you. Let me see what these cards say, and then we're gonna go to Lilith and Libra. This pod came out for me before too. I think pod is temperaments. Temperaments for the moon. Did I say that? Okay, no, Father Sins is temperaments. Okay, so this is the moon card. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious deeds put forth by the moon. I heard something about finding strength, or like finding a way to boost your productivity, your innovativeness, you know, or how you come up with solutions from these darker moments too, or embracing these darker moments of your emotions. Something about drawing like energy from this, or alchemy, I guess, alchemizing this energy to boost your productivity with innovating solutions. So This could talk about, you know, all those little intricate things about you, or like you releasing like people pleasing, or feeling like you have feeling like you're not perfect enough to do something here that you're more than capable of doing, and then it's like a very unique and original way to bring a solution to a situation. Let's see. When power appears in a reading, you are being asked to consider that you might not know everything there is to know about the situation at hand. Not only that, but the details are possibly being purposely hidden from you. Most likely, there is no concrete proof that you're being deceived, but you undoubtedly sense something is wrong. Pa may also be trying to tell you that sometimes you must seek truths that have been intentionally veiled or obscured by darkness to protect them. Everyone knows the most valuable and precious items are kept out of reach from casual browsers or lazy thieves who don't want to do the work to attain them for themselves. This is why our money, jewels, and other precious things are kept in boxes, vaults, and other secure and conspicuous locations where they will be safe. So it is with certain knowledge as well. Another meaning of Pa could be highlighting the necessity to get treatment for anxieties and depression, or to face your fears and seek clarity. Facing your fears and seeking clarity. You might be being deceived by someone. You are in danger of delusional thinking. You know you have some inner demons. Are you ready to face them? Whatever or whoever is getting on your nerves has to go. It's affecting your health. Don't ignore that bad feeling or you'll be sorry. Try not to be such a wimp. A smile is a frown turned upside down. This is the dark side of the force. The force. This is the dark side of the force. Right? You're as phony as a $3 bill. Stop it. Self-deception is ultimately self-destruction. That's why it says working on self-acceptance is the key to empowerment. Okay? Who gives a fuck whether they accept you or accept what it is that you do? Who gives a fuck? All right, because ultimately the outcome of it is based on you accepting yourself, you accepting it, you approving of it. Right? There's a whole lot of people that can be on the wrong paths, doing the wrong things, caught up in the wrong crowds, just because those people are accepting whatever the fuck they're doing or whoever the fuck they're doing it with at that time. Right? And people having no type of faith or like no rapport with their own, you know, intuition and inner navigating, you know, inner navigational system to be able to decide for themselves, is this something I should be accepting or allowing my soul to partake of, you know, to partake in or participate in? What is the long-term effects for me doing this? Hell, what's the short-term ones? What's the meaning? What's the meaning of that dream you had? Try to understand the perspective of the weird or eccentric person who's come into your life. Is that me? Are you clear? Oh, after you clear your head, you'll be able to find your way again. Think of ways to express your creativity. There is healing in that. Excuse me. Excuse me. After you clear your head, you'll be able to find your way again. Think of ways to express your creativity. There's healing in that. Pay attention to signs, visions, and warnings. Okay, and another sign will be your throat chakra. So, another thing about you not accepting yourself and, moving into this, right, is that it's going to help with your throat chakra too. Is this going to stop people from trying to affect it? No. Are they still going to be able to impact it? No, as well. But, you know, it's like sometimes we experience things as very, very sensitive beings, just as, you know, notifications or signs to us for our knowing that, hey, a person is doing this, or this is what's being attacked, or this is what's happening, or this is what someone is targeting. It's not that it's going to like full out be like an all out, you know, infiltration, but there would be little things that you could feel. You could feel like a little pain, like in certain places, and you know, it doesn't mean that whatever magic that they're doing to intentionally affect that is working. It's just, you know, to let you know what to be aware of or what could be possibly happening, right? Also, not something to fixate on. So, um, mm, yeah. So you can have energies that try to make you be pessimistic, so that you wouldn't, you know, continue pursuing like being of service to others or sharing, you know, sharing your light with other people. And it's like it's I feel like the thing about the subconscious and the things we experience, right? After a while, the people who are used to facilitate these things, they don't have to be used anymore. You know, ultimately, you know, what the goal was has already been completed for it to be enlarged and encrypted in your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind. So it's like becoming those people who originally facilitate. This is not to say that those people still are doing that, but we still need to address how we, in a way, can like become or like borrow some of those energies and almost damn near attack ourselves just from our subconscious mind. So that's what I'm getting for you too. Okay, 9 of Sticks. Like, yeah, 3 people did that shit. That don't mean everybody gonna do that shit. So if 3 people doing the shit, it's like it actually happened. Like 3 people actually did do it. But you sitting there, oh, everybody gonna do the shit. Everybody, fuck this. Everybody gonna be like that. Everybody's gonna do this. It's gonna always happen. You know what I'm saying? That's you battling your subconscious. A screaming skull is surrounded by 9. Whoa! I mean, oh God! Why am I reading this? Let me get off that. Oh my goodness! But it almost makes me feel like there's some type of relation. No, I'm not. Cause I gotta get the rest of these out. Okay. Defending yourself. This card right here. 9 of Sticks. Defending yourself, a test of faith, perseverance, being prepared to fight. Oh, being prepared, a fight to the death, willpower, resilience, guarding your boundaries, and an attitude of would rather do than die. So the negative attributes of this, which you got the positive attributes of it, Lilith and Virgo. So, but this is just things you need to be aware of. A defeatist attitude, paranoia, refusing to compromise, having no backbone, and getting hurt as a result of trusting the wrong people. I feel like that's just speaking a lot of what the kind of stuff you dealt with from your past, and the ramness. It explains the ramness that's in your subconscious. So this is just what you need to. It's like the Lilith is recognizing this and consciously not allowing yourself to entertain these type of attitudes anymore, just because of the attitudes that surround you, right? Like that local frequency type of thing. And moving yourself out of it and trusting the process, like trusting yourself. If you have to move, like, out of situations, or like, change up who you decide to work with or do things with, then, just, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to protect your peace. And that's why I'm going to pull from the Unshakable Peace deck too. I was going to do it in another reading, like another video, but the fact that I just heard that, I'm gonna pull one for y'all. Am I gonna do this for all the Liliths? Probably not. But it came out for Virgo. Don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. Black Moon Lilith. Virgo, like Virgo the perfectionist, or moving away from that, or like I need to make sure everything is together. Like everything I say is together, it's orderly. Like, you know, don't run from the darkness, embrace your shadow side. What aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or address, Virgo? And that's all I'm gonna read for you. But Spirit is saying nothing real can be threatened. So, regardless of how inconvenient it may be for others, you know, if it's your authentic self, if it's the truth concerning, you know, your perceptions or your emotions and your feelings on the matter, then that's what it's going to be. And you should honor that regardless of people, you know, not really being compliable. Anxiety isn't trying to limit you, but free you from a situation that no longer feels good. Anyway, so definitely needing a mind shift, like, for Virgo. Okay, so Lilith in Libra. Lilith in Libra. Lilith in Libra has felt ashamed or wrong for needing companionship or seeking approval from others. Damn. Are you like a I wonder if you could have like cuss throughout other like signs and stuff. Like, anyways, I'm sure you could. But anyway, Libra has felt ashamed or wrong for needing companionship or seeking approval from others. Which is not all bad, just to be clear, right? It just depends who you're seeking it from and your reasons. And whether you have like some type of system within yourself or relationship within yourself where you can weigh it against your own, like, instead of just nothing and you just need it from other people, like, you know. Or they may otherwise feel that dependency and compromise are weak and not right and can feel uncomfortable. Miss Ida and the ancestors. Okay. Dependency and compromise are weak and not right and can feel uncomfortable with people who seem to need these things. In the absence of self-acceptance regarding these very real needs, extremes of behavior in these areas can be the result. Extremes of behavior in these areas can be... I'm hearing India Ari. I am ready for love, but not in that way. I'm hearing like y'all got some fears about that. Y'all, it's like even though you could be like really wanting this and you're opening up to this more and stuff like that, you still have like deep rooted fears around that. And so even though you're making the effort to develop these companionships and stuff like that, it's like in a way deep down you're still kind of flighty. It's like something about it's like your mind is flighty. It's like your consciousness is flighty from these individuals because of the collision between like your subconscious thoughts of the past, or like this overall like veil of perception that you have of people regarding like love and loyalty and companionship. Alright, in the absence of self-acceptance regarding these very real needs, extremes of behavior in these areas can be the result. And this perpetuates the cycle and the problem. Working on self-acceptance is the key to empowerment. Has felt ashamed or wrong for needing companionship or seeking approval from others. Seeking approval from others. I'm hearing that Lilith and Libra needs to remember to remain teachable. Mother of Coins. And this has a lot to do with, and okay, you guys have like a higher, you have a high intelligence as it pertains to love. Real love. Like real love and like they got Mother of Coins though. What I'm getting from this is like self-love. Okay. What I'm hearing for Lilith and Libra, for you, this is like an emerging of you, like you literally loving yourself, like spoiling yourself with your love, because you have a tendency to spoil other people with your love. Literally. Look at this person in a comfy ass bed with a pet, flowers. She has the little covering over her eyes, and it's looking real luxurious and relaxing. So I'm getting self-love. And then we got, finding a balance with this, because didn't I just mention Father Sims? Temperaments. All right, so your challenge is you will either be fluctuated in one or the other. So your challenge is literally balancing your self-love with your love for others, or like your how you show up when it comes to companionships and partnerships and stuff like that. Yep. Courting. So this could also talk about you coming more you, instead of focusing on like the surface of things, or like in conversation and stuff like that, like just to go along with the traditional flow of courting and getting to know people and this, that, and the third, like you're like, look, I'm laying my emotions on the line. Like how are you emotionally? How do you handle another person emotionally? Like, so it's like, in a way, you're like low-key examining motherfuckers like with their emotional etiquette. Like, I don't even know if that's the thing, but their emotional etiquette. Like, how do you court me, like in a spiritual, emotional, mental, communicational like manner? Like, I need, all of that, like the yin and the yang in the conversation. Okay. And I say that because you see how these two mothers, one of them has on red and the other one has on the blue. Yeah, so this is talking about not being too hot, not being, no, this is saying literally the opposite of what I was about to say. So you guys deal with, like, you deal with like extremes. To be more free flowing in its energy. Okay, because I'm about to, something about money and finances, like just spoiling yourself, Lilith and Libra. Or the value you see, like you needing people who understand the value of emotional energy, and so they understand that shit is not nothing to play with, to waste, this, that, and the third. So How do people deal with emotional currency? Are they a waster? Right? Are they selfish? Do they reciprocate? Do they invest and multiply it? What do they do? You know? So this can also talk about you, you know, being fed up with flighty people. And you speaking up, like you just owning, like standing in your power, like I'm not going to settle for no flighty ass energy because I'm not flighty. I'm permanent as fuck. So that's what I'm getting for Lilith and Libra. I'm not even, do I want to, I'll do Mother of Coins. I'm not going to read all 3 cards though, y'all. And just to move this on. So I'll do Mother of Coins since that was the first one that came out. The Mother of Coins is all about investing time and energy to improve one's quality of life. On the positive side, she is an animal lover, in tune with nature, caring, practical, resourceful, body positive, freely expresses warmth, and keeps her word. That sounds like Libra. On the negative side, she is self-absorbed, materialistic, a shopaholic, or a gold digger. In a reading, if she doesn't represent a literal person with these qualities, then she represents these attributes. So what I just said about y'all's challenge with finding a balance in that, right? Because like the book just said, you can have a tendency to like, or you can come off like very, or you can, you know, kind of come off like self-absorbed as you protecting your heart. And I feel like it's 2 ways to look at that. I don't feel like that's really all a bad thing, like, but it depends on, you know, your awareness. Your awareness. Your self-awareness. Alright, Lilith and Scorpio. Lilith and Scorpio has felt ashamed for the natural need for intimacy, attachment, and depth contact. Depth contact, so deep connections. That's because that shit underrated as fuck now. They may feel wrong if they are expressing jealousy or possessiveness, attachment, etc., and can feel uncomfortable around those who are especially passionate and attached. Lack of self-acceptance in these areas can lead to extreme of behaviors that exacerbate the problem. Empowering themselves involves working on accepting these qualities. Okay, so Lilith and Scorpio, y'all could have like subconsciously used to deal with like feeling jealous of people who it kind of just looked like they were living like more free, or it was just so easy for them to like be free when it comes to partnerships and like making friends and their involvements with people, or you know, like the individuals who have long lists of who they sleep with and shit like that, like people just being like that, or kind of more loose with their energy, or just more easily accessible and approachable. And not a matter of you feeling, it's not that it really was like jealousy, but it was more so like, okay, I'm not like that, but I'm a good ass person. I want friends and connections and stuff too, but I'm not about to, you know, be doing all that extra shit, you know, in order to gain that, because that's just not naturally I'm just not like that, you know. But I desire those things too, so it's more so about admiring, you know, the intimacy, you know, the concepts of it, not you being jealous of the actual individuals who are receiving this. But this is saying, you know, balance. We need balance. The fact that this is right underneath Libra, that's what I'm hearing. It's like there's a place for people like that who are, you know, the more, this is why you have introverts and extroverts. There's a place for extroverts and there's a place for introverts, but there's a necessity for both individuals. This is why you also have people who are ambiverted, people who can do both. So there's necessity and need for individuals, you know, who are like that. So this is saying that it only helps you connect with people who are just as eccentric and deep, right? Because this is talking about you craving depth connections. So there's no reason for you to desire, or have a desire for people who easily have these things, or have like loud bigger amounts of these things, because a lot of these connections, they don't, what they lack is the depthness. They lack depthness, right? So what the good thing that comes out of you, just accepting this about yourself and allowing this to empower you, is that you're going to see that your connections are going to be like more like quality. Like, it's going to be that you truly deserve and desire, when it comes to that depthness, that loyalty, right? Because this is saying like these individuals, or whoever this was, that kind of assisted in lodging this, or putting this into your subconscious, they don't even really, they don't really talk to these people like that no more. Like, all these people, they don't stay in contact with these people. So that whole concept and idea, just because of how the world paints it, in the media and stuff like that, like, that's, yeah, a lot of that stuff is more emphasized than it, than it actually is true. Clarify, or give me some cards for Lilith and Scorpio. Divine 11 ancestors, divine spirits, divine seers. Some cards for Lilith and Scorpio. So we got Aunt Caroline and John Horse. I think those are like major arcanas too. Alright. When Aunt Caroline appears in a reading, it is an indication that fate is a factor regarding whatever you are inquiring about. Rack your brain about what you or someone else could have done differently, if you like. But the truth is that everything turned out exactly how it was supposed to. This can be a very hard pill to swallow in an age when people want to believe their thoughts or choices always dictate outcomes. The existence of a greater plan is not a welcome concept today, because it implies vulnerability, which is automatically translated to weakness in the minds of many. We are used to images of people casually walking away in slow motion from explosions, or crashing through windows without a scratch. We then want to be indestructible, unflappable people too. But this is not the movies. We know in real life that those characters most likely would have died in that raging inferno, and the window crasher would be blinded or cut to ribbons. The audience likes that these things didn't occur. They like the implication that the characters escaped, or were cooler than what fate had planned for them. Caroline teaches us that this way of thinking is a fantasy. No one can escape their fate, and incidents are no accidents. She also teaches us to expect the unexpected. This card may also be trying to tell you that to understand why things are happening or why they turn out the way they did, you must consider the big picture. If you receive Aunt Caroline a reading, consider the following. Have you thought about turning that unexpected incident into an opportunity? This was fated. When one door closes, another one opens. Was it really an accident? Your luck is about to change. You don't like change. Tough shit, it's about to. Okay, Scorpio, would you fix that? You don't like change. Tough shit, it's about to. We're all just players in one big chess game. Do you really think this is all about you? Get out of your own way. Why were you born? Why are you here? Miracles happen every day. Do you respect the cycle of life? How do you feel about getting older? So, releasing adopted fantasies, deep-rooted subconscious adopted fantasies that were never yours, that can have a tendency to plague your expectations, right? Or what you think is an ideal or line compatible plan for yourself, when in actuality it's not. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety. When John Horse appears in a reading, you are being advised to take charge of whatever is going on in your life. This is not the time for self-doubt or weakness of any kind. For if you indulge in those emotions too long, you are certain to lose more than you can imagine. The odds may be tough, but John Horse teaches us that no matter how great the odds are against you, victory is still achievable. When this card comes up, there is simply no other course of action but to get organized and then charge full steam ahead. However, John Horse is also reminding you that even the greatest warriors require support. He is telling you that you may increase your chance of winning by having the right spiritual teachers in your corner. If you receive John Horse in a reading, consider the following. Effective leadership requires wise counsel and up-to-date information. Are you following the right leaders or elders at this stage in your journey? Some of you guys had people removed from your journey. And as a result, you lived in a lot of fantasies of what it would be like, to have the archetype or concept of these experiences with these people, right? What we know these positions to be in this earth realm. But in actuality, these people, they weren't really able to tell you the things that your path was eventually going to lead you to, like, especially like with a Scorpio, like having a Scorpio placement. This was saying that you was being protected by a lot of, you was actually being protected. You was being protected. You was being protected. Wow. Is this the same one? Because I just got it out my mouth. What does lineage mean to you? Do you know yours? How do you protect yourself from attack? Get organized and focused or prepare for certain defeat. Does this plan have a solid foundation? Does this plan have a solid foundation? Do you have a problem with authority for its own sake? So this could talk about you having a clash between authority and actual real spiritual teachers and guides that are placed in your life, just because they don't hold the traditional position of what authoritative figure who should be able to tell you some shit. Like, they're not your father, they're not your mother, like they're not these type of traditional roles, right? But these are people who were purposely placed, or angels, ascended masters, gurus, intentionally placed on your path at certain stages of your evolution, whom you're supposed to humble yourself with, right? Get organized and focused or prepare for certain defeat. Does this plan have a solid foundation? Do you have a problem with authority for its own sake? The law is on its way. The system, stick to your regimen for best results. If you value comfort over security, things are about to get really uncomfortable. Stop whining and fight. Every Indian wants to be the chief. What does your father figure have to say about that? Alright. So that's what we got for Scorpio, Lilith, and Sag. Lilith in Sagittarius has felt ashamed for their curiosity. Okay, so basically all this is talking about those emotions that we feel ashamed about. Those things people has made us feel, belittled, to even feel or have that type of emotional perception, or why, why are you bothered by that? Why do you care? Or why don't you like this? Or this, why doesn't this make you feel this way, right? So this is talking about you just being more confident, and bold and expressing your most truest, authentic feelings, that for a long time you repressed and suppressed. So we're not suppressing our emotions anymore, because it is a part of us. It's not a weakness, it's a part of us. It's actually what empowers us. We've been made to believe that it weakens us, but in actuality it strengthens us, right? It strengthens our effect, our impact, our frequency, our manifestation abilities, our abilities to see through things, even what we manifest. Mother of coins. Lilith in Sagittarius has felt ashamed for their curiosity, questions, restlessness, the need to challenge and question life, facts, beliefs, or the need to get away, expand, and seek meaning. They may feel uncomfortable around people who are expressing these Sagittarian traits, not quite trusting them. However, when feeling stressed, they can go to extremes in these areas. Ashamed for their curiosity, questions, restlessness, the need to challenge and question life, facts, and beliefs, or the need to get away, expand, and seek meaning. What message do you have for Sag? What message do you have for Lilith and Sag? Divine Love Ancestors. We have Father of Coins and Bishop Mason. Yeah. Why, why feel ashamed about moving away from these people who make you feel, who try to make you feel like you corny or you a lame or, whatever the case. Just because they're jealous, like they're jealous of your enthusiasm, they're jealous of your energy, your high energy, they're jealous of like your luck, right? With this Jupiter energy where you're able to travel and this, that, and a third and just be like carefree, like and free and be smart. Like you're not a dummy doing it either. Like you're not a dummy. You're actually like and you're taking intentional travels to learn things, to learn deeper knowledges and stuff. Like, okay. This could talk about a person who experienced or moving away from people who who um, who feels uncomfortable from your spot on intuition, and your quickness to like get over things. Like you get over things fast, and that's a problem too. Or one of your coping mechanisms is for you to travel and get away. I'm feeling some lucky energy too. Very lucky. Very lucky. Oh god, it already passed through. The Father of Coins is the personification. I just heard like a wealthy star line or bloodline. The Father of Coins is the personification of a wealthy, successful businessman. On the positive side, he is an efficient leader, responsible, disciplined, reliable, enterprising, lucky. Oh my God. Lucky and focused on abundance. On the negative side, he is classist, a show off, a braggart, makes bad investments, has gambling problems, will resort to questionable or illegal activity to make it, or is susceptible to get rich quick schemes. I feel like that was straight to the point though, because I already mentioned that. So this is talking about embracing your lucky energy, just because, or people trying to find or place other narratives or attach other narratives to your reasoning for being lucky, or being the way that you are. Oh, they just a hoe. People trying to define it at other things, just to make themselves or appease their insecurities about it, because they don't have that same type of, divine inheritance or luck, or, you don't have the kind of past life karma, or you don't create present life karma, to limit those type of things for you. And we got Bishop Mason. Oh yeah. The Hierophant. So people trying to place curses, like you dealt with some people trying to put curses on you, or spells on you to block your movement, your forward movement as well, or trying to cause some type of chaos or inconveniences, delays to block your forward movement, or distract you from getting these downloads. That's just a sidebar. But this is talking about you moving away from this energy, you leaving, you fleeing this energy. I don't have to deal with this shit. When you receive Bishop Mason in a reading, you are being asked to humble yourself and trust. Wow. Humble yourself and trust the teachers, guides, and elders of your community. This is no easy task in an age when no one wants to be told what to do, and authorities of all types are subjects of deep suspicion or outright hatred. This is no easy task in an age when no one wants to be told what to do, and authorities of all types are subjects of deep suspicion or outright hatred. This is especially true if said authorities are representative of so-called organized religions. While there is excellent reason to be skeptical of anyone attempting to usurp our agency, you should not allow paranoia to become so crystallized in our consciousness that we end up throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Bishop, Bishop Mason represents the conventional wisdom of any and all societal institutions, be they universities, places of worship, or corporations. Basically, this indicates any place with rules, guidelines, rites, and rituals that must be adhered to in order to be considered officially a member of the community. Excuse me. The bishop also represents unspoken rules, as they are often just as important. For example, a person attending a heavy metal concert in well-fitted khakis, a button-down shirt with a pop collar, and loafers would almost instantly be identified as being an outsider. It doesn't matter if the person in the preppy clothes knows the lyrics to every song the band performs. So it is critical to understand that no matter how free-spirited the individuals at the concert consider themselves to be, a what the hell reaction to the preppy dresser is indicative of still being part of a system. Okay, so Lilith in Sagittarius, that's you. That's you. You're this individual with the preppy clothes, like in the heavy metal, and you know all the words. Like, this is the type of energy that you exude, and this is why you're moving away from these individuals because of, other people you've reached out to receive guidance from, or people who you find like-minded or who can help elevate your mind, like whether that's online master teachers and this, that, and the third, or traveling to be under these people's teachings, right? So this is you, Lilith in Sagittarius. So you, something that helps you and where you should not feel ashamed about it, or feel guilty about other people you may have to leave as a result of these toxic individuals, just so you can continue elevating yourself and move away from obvious energies that's creating delays and, blockages and inconveniences of your path, your forward movement, right? This is talking about you being confident. Being confident with your unconventional wisdom, your unconventional ways, how you do things, how you look. Like, this is stupid. Okay, the bishop asks that you recognize the importance of group cohesion, cooperation, submission, temperaments, and conservatism regarding the matter at hand. This is most likely not the best time to do you. If you receive bishop in a reading, is conformity always good or bad? The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. What do you really believe in, have faith in? Go deeper and explore further. Do you see the value in your cultural heritage? Is what is considered orthodox or the proper way to do things actually orthodox? Or is it improper to your community? It might be in your best interest to follow the rules this time. Everyone is a disciple of something, but true discipline is rare. Are you sure you understand the fine print? Join us. Could it be that what is expected of you is good for you? Be on time for the ritual. Get back in line. Teamwork makes the dream work. Follow the leader, Simon says. I'm getting mixed messages from that. Follow the leader, Simon says. So this is talking about expressing how you really feel by things being put off on you, or you carrying the work of others where it's supposed to be like a teamwork thing. This could also talk about you being naturally given leadership, or you being a leader of something, right? Because the father of coins, was a businessman, and people intentionally going against your demands or your requests and stuff like that, trying to be obnoxious to irritate you or frustrate you, to make you step down from this energy or leadership, these leadership positions that you have, or people feeling like, people wanting to be on your team because they know that, you know, the energy is going to be light, it's going to get done. Hell, they may even learn something from you in the meantime. Okay, whether you realize it or not, you have the kind of energy is that when you keep your composure, you keep your shit together, the people who do follow you, they keep their shit together. So this is what Bishop is saying. Regardless of this individual or these individuals that's trying to throw you off your kilter because they petty and they jealous and they want you to feel shook because they feel inferior and intimidated, you know, by, you know, your natural leadership skills and this, that, and the third. Like, basically, they're telling you to keep your peace. Don't stoop to their level. Like, you don't have to stoop to their level to remain in, like, your leadership position. Mm-hmm. And just because you don't want to get petty and riled up and argue and fight and all that shit, that don't make you, like, any weaker than them. So, eyes are watching you. People are watching you. Okay, 6 of Knives. We're on Lilith and Sagittarius. John the Conqueror. Leaving your troubles behind, moving on, going with the flow, accepting change, a new attitude, travel, distant learning. What I just said. Letting go of people, beliefs, situations you've outgrown. Travelers, rites of passage, a much needed change in the atmosphere, and relief. So this is, ooh. Okay, so the negative aspect of this energy is resistance to change, lethargy, being tired, people with a lot of baggage, procrastinators, being stuck in negative thought patterns, feeling melancholy, so feeling sad all the time, or sorry for yourself, more troubles ahead, escapism, slow progress. So this is like the stuff that's deeply rooted too. Those kind of things that need to be uprooted as a result of conditioned and ingrained, right, beliefs, because the individuals around you or the local frequencies. All right, that's all we got for Sag. So we are on Capricorn, Lilith in Capricorn, and then we got Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, Lilith in Capricorn has felt ashamed or otherwise wrong for their desire to excel, succeed, or reach for worldly goals and ambitions. And they may feel uncomfortable around people who seem materialistic, status conscious, or particularly business minded and practical or ambitious. And practical, because it sounds like I said impractical, but I said practical or ambitious. It can be hard to connect with their own ambitions and need for others' esteem. But going there and allowing yourself to feel these needs can be life-changing. On the other hand, if they feel uncomfortable with these things, they can go to extremes in these areas and then feel badly afterward. The path to empowerment is self-acceptance and moderation. So we got the big queen for Lilith in Capricorn. Need another card for Lilith in Capricorn. The 10 of Baskets. Big status. It worked out. So this is talking about like success, like with your family, your foundation, your business, you obtaining, you not allowing like your go-getter attitude or like your assertiveness just because it's, you understand that it's passion. It doesn't matter what other people try to define it as or try to, you know, turn it into, but you understand that it's just passion, like to create like an ultimate security, an ultimate stability for yourself and your family. All right. It's not for you to show off and compete and clout chase and this, that, and the third. But you can have those type of individuals trying to compete with you. There's some good energy here though, Lilith in Capricorn. There's some good ass energy. That's talking about happiness, like fulfillment. Okay. Yep, I mean, that's the thing about the Lilith energy, like stepping into your, honoring your true, authentic, transparent emotions. Instead of hiding it, instead of putting on the act, the mask off. Empress. So this is Empress energy. So this could have something to do with the mother too. Y'all gonna make me say that? Okay. So somebody here could have had like a very materialistic mother or baby's mother. Somebody who was overly obsessed with titles and labels. And you felt like these people would care more about the title, the label, the accolade more so than you. More than they did you and your actual emotions and how you feel and what you're going through, what you're dealing with, right? You expressing yourself. These people always would try to find, these people always knew how to find a way to talk about work again, talk about money, talk about, you know, things that they could do, you know, or get or obtain with money and this, that, or the bag and this, that, and the third. And you just needed all, you're like that too. You're naturally like that. Like you're you have like a provider energy, a generous energy, and all you really ask for is like real love back. Like that's all you really want back, for real. For people to be considerate, attentive, compassionate. Pay attention to the details of you outside of what you do, what you made, what you bring to the table. Like a real sense of family and structure. And this is talking about even bringing this like to a family that's already, you know, being the one to bring counsel, right? To initiate counsel and conversation about these things, these hidden things, or these taboos, generational things, right? But this is talking about this actually working in your favor, like to bring you more abundance, bring you that togetherness and that stability, that emotional stability that you really desire, that you always wanted and needed, that you lacked in your original family structure, right? So for some people, this is not talking about you having to leave these people. No, this is talking about it being restored, your family being restored, the family that you already have being restored because other things are being introduced, you know, into the family, you know, in order for everyone to heal, right? And that's what's up. That's beautiful. Some of you could invest too much of your energy into your family or into other people, making sure that everything works out for them. They obtain the structure, the stability, you know, the other details, right? Making sure those things are helping them, you know. And in a way, it's like you know that it adds to you, but the same type of belief that you be having in these individuals and what they're creating, what they're doing, like a belief of them being successful in what it is, right? You lack this with you, and this could be connected to you not really expressing how you feel about it, you know, how it really feels, you know, to not really receive people really pouring back into you emotionally equally, right? People give you more when you're like turned up and you're in like in this excited energy, party energy, or just cordial family or friend type of arrangement. Like you get a lot of energy there, right? You get all the smiling faces and shit, but it was obvious there was some tension sometimes. Because all these things in these baskets, like we're not being revealed or addressed, right? So that's what I'm getting. Doesn't mean all of it is yours. If you're a Lilith in Capricorn, it can be bits and pieces, right? Or different portions of what I said, but that's what I'm getting with that energy. Prepare the table, watch in the watch. Prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, and rise, ye princes, and anoint the shield. You are being asked to consider your roots in regards to Mother Wit. What would your ancestors say about whatever is going on in your life? What advice would they give? How would they handle the situation? The wisdom of our mothers is a portal to the past. Ooh. That doesn't mean that you must do things exactly as they did or perceive the world exactly as they perceived it, because that would be impossible. What does it mean? Or what it does mean is that they should be given an opportunity to speak to you via your consideration. This not only connects us with the women in our bloodline, but also with nature as a whole. The change of the seasons and the cycles of birth, death, and decay will always be, but it is the space between that a big queen inhabits. It is the spirit of continuity and the joy that its true comprehension brings that ensure nothing is ever truly lost, even if it can't be found for now. Therefore, there is always abundance, always beauty, and always a reason to celebrate. If you receive the big queen in a reading, consider the following. How do you give and receive pleasure? How do others in the world come into play? How do you give and receive pleasure? How do you receive it? Capricorn. Do I accept abundance in my life? How? Do you accept it? Alright? Eat, drink, and be merry. All that glitters isn't gold, but it sure is pretty. Do I accept compliments for my beauty and or style with grace? What aspect of your life do you nurture most? What aspect could you use more nurturing? What aspect of your life do you nurture the most? And where can you use more nurturing? Which family members or friends do I nurture most? Am I neglecting anyone who deserves my attention? Do I purposely seek reasons to smile? Okay, alright. I got another message. So making sure you're not spending too much time on yourself or in your work, or you trying to build, that you're neglecting a loved one emotionally. You're neglecting your own emotions. When you're this person that you could be neglecting, and I'm saying like it's not that you don't talk to them and stuff like that, but there's like really no deep, no depthness, like no spending time, like emotion, like just, how do I want to say this? Like a deep intimacy, or there could be like some halt. Basically, this is ultimately you neglecting your own emotions as well. by being so focused on structure, stability, independency. Alright. Addressing those emotions and the reason why. What are the reasons that why do you perceive your world like that? Why do you perceive yourself, and why do you suffer yourself to the things that you do? Do I purposely seek reasons to smile and laugh out loud every day? How often do you reflect on the beauty of being alive and of being you? Am I still connected to nature and the earth, or have I lost my way? What do I do on a regular basis to help me restore my sense of balance in a hectic world? Go camping, take a walk in the park, and maybe buy a plant or three. How does all the knowledge I've accumulated or spiritual work I've done benefit my family and my community? What is my legacy? What does your mother or mother figure have to say about that? That's what I got for Lilith in Capricorn. Ooh. But like how we started off, happy family, spiritual contentment, consensus, harmonious relationships, blessings, shared values, friends who never let you down, reunions, stability, soulmates, camaraderie, unity, celebrations with loved ones, and ideal domestic situations. Negative attributes, family disputes, losing your home, estranged spouses, family secrets, broken homes, toxic relatives, abusive parents, empty nest syndrome, unhappy childhoods, homesickness, instability, rebellious teens, and custody battles. So if you have a Lilith in Capricorn, you could be prone to these kinds of experiences, or individuals, it depends on what energy a person dwells in. Are they of a good frequency, or a benevolent frequency, or malevolent, so you just, but I feel like these things, these negatives that's mentioned, is also talking about those deep-rooted subconscious things that Lilith and Capricorn could succumb to or be susceptible to, right? The kind of things you could have picked up from the people around you or your family, right? What kind of curses and stuff, or blessings, right? Alright. Yeah, somebody could be experiencing a tower moment. If you have a Lilith in Capricorn, you could be going through a tower moment right now. Regarding some type of disruption. But it's actually here to aid you in your transformation. Like, it's for you to actually, like, just truly express yourself and not ignore it anymore, or distract yourself from it with work or some shit, or money, or buying some shit, or drinking some shit, or fucking some. I'm sorry. Okay, Okay, Lilith in Aquarius has felt ashamed or off for wanting to be part of a group, team, or community, for being one of the crowd, and can feel quite wary of people who seem to need these things. Oh my god, I feel your energy already. The answer is not to reject these basic needs, since this can result in binging and purging on a social level, going all out, feeling bad about it, hiding away, and then repeating the cycle again. Okay, so this is talking about you balancing your extremes. This is similar to who that was, Libra. Oh my god, yeah. So it's kind of similar to Libra, about y'all having like you always being on the extremes of energies, right? And you finding a balance there. So your Lilith in Aquarius is like, it's crazy that they're saying this because I'm hearing something totally different. They said that a Lilith in Aquarius felt ashamed or off for wanting to be part of a group, team, or community. But I'm hearing, you know, if you're like on the high vibration, it's not that you feel ashamed. It's more so like you don't want to be perceived like you need it. Like I need that shit. Like for me to be solid and grounded within myself and this, that, and the third. It's more so like, you know, I know I'm going to experience this. I put myself out there now to experience this, you know, but I'm also good by myself. Like I can, you know, really get it going by myself too. But I understand there are, you know, other things that I'm going to need to, you know, have bonds and be connected with people. Like, you know, there's some things that I just cannot do by myself. The kind of things that I want to do, you know, that's really going to bring like transformations and, you know, this, that, and the third. And for me to expand, I understand that I'm going to like have like-minded individuals or people who are, you know, people who can raise my consciousness around me. And so you're putting yourself out after you know, got into a solid grounding place within yourself, right? Well, what you do, you know, you take the necessary time or effort, is even though it's very selective, right? This is talking about you know, making more time, you know, to consider this desire that you have, you know, to be a part of a group and this, that, and the third, but also wanting like your own personal space too. So balancing that out and not feeling ashamed or, you know, not having any guilt or collecting any guilt around it. So being more free flowing with how you see it, you know, releasing like certain unnatural attachments that we picked up, you know, that are ingrained as it, you know, pertains to your connections with others, right? And this could even have something to do with feelings of like old feelings of like neglect or let down, or needs not being met, like from people that you really care, or people who you viewed as figures or individual who has certain things that they should have, you know, honored, you know. Okay, I hope that made sense. What cards do you have for Lilith and Aquarius? What was that? Divine Sisters. So we got Gullah Jack, and Five of Coins. Okay. Y'all have to be selective with who y'all deal with, and it could be some anxiety around like making connections with people, allowing people, you know, access to you, because you have some people who you dealt with, some people who are jealous of your ability to stand alone and be grounded, like on all levels, especially like intellectually, spiritual, like spiritual knowledge wise, or just your perception, like this could also talking about like an extreme in your energy where you can have like a lot of masculine energy over feminine, but not in a bad way. Like, you know, some people's charts, when you do your natal chart, it'll show you how much masculine feminine energy you have, how much cardinal, mutable, fixed energy that you have, how much water, fire, air, earth, right? You know, some people really do have like a lot of masculine energy more than feminine, or vice versa, right? But okay, so what I'm hearing is like this is like more of like your feminine you, like that feminine self that you don't embrace enough, or that you can, your masculine side can feel, yeah, How they describe this? The answer is not to reject these basic needs. This can result in binging and purging on a social level, going all out, feeling bad about it, hiding away, and then repeating the cycle again. So you feel bad about wanting to wanting consistent grounding connections and or what people think of you and the type of friendships and shit we see on TV and stuff, and people would think about you enough just to call you, just to check on you, not to ask for some shit, right? But the thing about Lilith, this is talking about expressing those needs, honoring those needs, recognizing them, acknowledging them, even if you just express it with yourself in the universe, right? But this is talking about you taking action behind those emotions that you always suppress and put aside. This is taking action that honors those emotions opposed to pushing them aside anymore, right? So if that means there's people or individuals, who are causing some type of conflict, some type of resistance with that, that means that you have to move around them. You gotta move around them. Gullah Jack. Your perception. The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Proverbs 16:9. Wow. Yeah, okay. Anybody with significant Aquarius placements, y'all experiencing we all experience some shit, but y'all experiencing some cosmic cosmological shit and experiences and encounters, mysterious encounters. When Gullah Jack appears in a reading, you are most likely feeling stuck or severely limited. This card asks that you endure any discomfort, pain, or humiliation nobly until it's time to get moving again. In the meantime, there is nothing you can do except be patient. This would be an excellent time to take up a course of study, practice meditation, read philosophy, and pray. Ask for the wisdom to know exactly what to do and how to get it done once your life is no longer on pause. Whatever you do, don't try to resist or force things to proceed prematurely. This card about being free, instead of being extreme, right? Allowing things to be free flowing. There is nothing you can do except be patient. This will be an excellent time to take up a course. Ask for this wisdom to know exactly what to do and how to get it done once your life is no longer on pause. Whatever you do, don't try to resist or force things to proceed prematurely. This card is a reminder to be a man or woman enough to accept any consequences of your actions. If the current stalemate is a direct result of your own ignorance or bad choices, then tough shit. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. You'll be free once the necessary lessons have been learned. Gullah Jack could also be trying to tell you that sometimes the sacrifice of your own desires for the good of the whole is the right thing to do. Wait, pause, and reflect. It's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. Accept it. This is just the way it has to be for now. What will it take for you to just let go? It's okay to change your mind. If the sacrifice is worth it, then what are you waiting for? Now it's time to put the needs of others first, okay? Somebody feels like that their emotional side makes them weak, weak or whipped, or I don't know, what y'all got going on? For real. Or not as strong and independent. That was one of the biggest lies we were ever told about our emotions. And my, have they repeated that shit so much, especially me growing up. Okay. Hard times coming to an end, a new job after, so you don't have to wait too long, a new job after prolonged unemployment, renewed faith, recovery from financial ruin, improved luck, feeling welcome, so feeling welcomed, rehabilitation, debt repayment, and a light at the end of the tunnel. So I feel like after, you know, the advice Gullah Jack just gave, if this is not fucking confirmation, so some of you could have been experiencing like homelessness or starting your own businesses. You could have had like some stubbornness around, or maybe you used to have stubbornness around seeking spiritual guidance, or questioning God because of the adversities, like, and the misery, the despair, the disgrace, and the misfortune that used to be attached to you, or something like that. Yeah, yeah. But you remember what I was saying about that cosmological shit? Like, y'all, this is why y'all was getting attacked, like, so aggressively. So aggressively. With that type of shit. To make you have a lack of faith. To isolate yourself from love, like from genuine love. Well, now you got some insight about it. Alright, so Pisces. Pisces has felt ashamed or off for being needy, compassionate, or wishy-washy, or for their spiritual side. And this person can feel uncomfortable or annoyed with people who resist labels, who are not very assertive or ready to take the lead. Rejecting or feeling ashamed of their basic needs in these areas can lead to extremes of behaviors and repeated cycles of, oh my God. I'm gonna do another one next week. And go deeper. Because this is clearly just like surface shit. 3 of knives. You got 3 of knives, 10 of knives, and 3 of coins. Ace of baskets. What in the spell work is going on? Lilith in Pisces. Ugh. So this is talking about like experiencing a lot of persecution and groups, like conflict with groups, or gang stalking, friend circles. Just some toxic, like, this is some toxic ass shit, bruh. Okay. God damn, Pisces. Okay. So there may be some deaths, or like a death as a result of spell work. Doing work on you, like to try to kill you or have you harmed. Paying for magic. I'm just gonna show you. Like, I don't know why this shit took such a fucking dark turn, like, on the last Lilith. But I'm also hearing, you know, malevolent beings who have a Lilith in this placement. This is the type of fucking energy that they be on, y'all. Oh my God. This is crazy. 6 of Sticks. But this is talking about you having victory over all your enemies. Victory over all your enemies, all these spells, all these curses, because Ace of Baskets also showed up for you. So this is letting you know, this is reminding you something good is coming out of the situation. This is a sidebar. We're supposed to be talking about just your Lilith, but this is a sidebar, bro. Yeah. This is also talking about you speaking up about this. You standing up for yourself emotionally, even when so many people are standing up against you, you still speaking up for yourself, standing in your power, standing in your truth, and you know, overcoming any situation, right? Overcoming all of these people, these individuals opposing you, right? Standing your ground. So this is what the Lilith, this is what the black moon is helping you, and this is how it's helping your energy. God damn, Pisces. This could have been people trying to put roots on your home, put roots on your vehicle, and try to cause you to have accidents, trying to see into your future, infiltrate your dreams. This shit is crazy. So for some of you, you're being encouraged to like cover your head, like to wear head coverings, but you have individuals who are trying to tap in to your it's called, what is it called? God's mouth chakra, a God's voice chakra, something like that. But your God chakra, your God's voice chakra. You could have found some bottles around your house with some liquids or some shit in it, or like body fluids, like urine and stuff. Yeah, this was talking about like crazy spell work, like dealing with crazy spiritual warfare because of this power that you have, this power of your love, this power of this higher knowledge pertaining to love, and how much you lift, you know, you lift other people's vibration when it comes to loving themselves and being more compassionate toward other people, right? Ooh, yeah. Creating things to make people love, to help other people love themselves, right? This shit is crazy as fuck. Like, damn, that shit took a damn turn. 10 of Knives, like, gossip. This is saying, you know, to not fear these individuals. Like, have no fear toward these individuals. I don't care how aggressive, how long they do. It doesn't matter. I don't care what situation seem like. Do not give them power. So this is what this, so Lilith is telling you to not be ashamed of this. To ask for help. To embrace your spiritual side and being intuitive and calling things as they are. And knowing that you can be assertive. You can be assertive and take the lead for yourself. You don't have to wait for nobody else to do it. Especially if it's pertaining to your safety, like, or just your self-respect. And this is also talking about attracting people who will protect you. Like, so you no longer, you know, having to go being undefended, like, in a situation where people are intentionally trying to offend you. So this is talking about experiencing more individuals standing up for you as you stand up for yourself. Right? And uprooting, you know, the mind that nobody really cares. Like, there's nobody there for me. Like, I'm just by myself. I don't have nobody to protect me. So this is talking about uprooting those type of thoughts too from your subconscious, right? For Lilith and Pisces, feeling unprotected, and it's probably because you felt unprotected by family or father figures or somebody close to you. There could be somebody by the name or nickname of Big Mama that could have some significance to you. Alright. 10 of Knives. I want to see what the book says about 10 of Knives. Because I already know that's some crazy shit. Okay. Okay, so the positive meaning of this card talks about surviving a disaster, being discerning about whom you trust, learning from past mistakes, and getting saved in the nick of time, and things still sucking but getting better. So Spirit needs you to know, I know it sucks right now, but it is getting better. It is getting better, right? You are not alone. Alright. However, for these individuals here who is trying to cause this negative energy on you, the kind of shit that they will be experiencing is defeat, hitting rock bottom, distress, relapses, if they have any drug or alcohol issues, betrayals, negative thinking, hard times, hospice care, drastic changes, bad mouthing, chronic pain, deep wounds, refusing to accept that something is over, and sacrifices. So this could have been people who were stalking you, obsessed with your energy, feeling entitled to your energy. Yeah, so these are the kind of things that these people are going to be experiencing. Yeah, I know it sucked. But it's getting better. Spirit wants you to know it's getting better. There's been a shift. That eclipse. Alright, but that's what I have for you guys. And I just got bit by, I just got bit by a mosquito. It sucks, but it's gonna get better. Alright, you guys, this is your girl, the Authentic Empress, and these past two videos we're focusing on our Lilith, just to give a little bit of insight so we can have a deeper understanding of ourselves. I hope you was able to gain some insight from these videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you.